Hello, class, and welcome to English 2300, Science Fiction and Fantasy Literature. My name is Ryan Dillahay, and I'll be the professor this semester. I'm super excited to read with you all this semester. I've been teaching this class at OCC for, 12 or 14 years or so. I try to choose different books every semester, just as a habit of mine. I like reading new things. So I chose two novels this semester that just really blew my mind when I read them this past year. They are longer than novels I've taught in the past, which is why there's only two of them. And we're going to try to just take them in digestible chunks. So you could check out the reading, how the reading is broken down on the syllabus. But I have kept in mind trying to make this manageable and enjoyable. These books are really great. And they are Chain Gang All-Stars, which was a National Book Award finalist from last year. Really great book. I'll have more to say about it later. It's a challenging, interesting, it'll make you think, I hope, if we're doing it right. And then the novel that we're gonna start with is Babel by R.F. Kuang. Really outstanding book. I think you're gonna love it. So those are the two novels. They've been ordered to the bookstore. I don't think they're there yet, but they are widely available. And the first 130 or so pages of Babel isn't due until after the midwinter recess, which would be our Monday class on March 4th. So I've allowed you time to make sure that you can get the textbooks. So up until that point, we'll be reading 4 short stories, 2 for this week from The Paper Menagerie by Ken Liu, and then 2 more next week. One is from Karen Russell's Vampires in a Lemon Grove, and one is from Exhalation by Ted Chiang. All 3 of these short story collections, I highly recommend you reading all the stories in them, but I've given you 4 short stories total that we'll talk about over the next 2 weeks. And basically over the next 2 weeks, for most of the class, what we're doing here is just reading together and then talking to each other about these books on the discussions. So please make sure you engage in those discussions. It's really the main way week to week that I can see how you're processing the texts, and it's the way that we can talk about them together. I'll read all the discussions, and while I may not respond to each of them, I will make a video after having read them all, and I'll have your ideas in mind, and it helps me think about how you're thinking about the books. So make sure you pay close attention to those. The syllabus is up there on content, all that information, my email. I don't know if there's anything else I need to say, aside from discussion 1, which you should just do in the next couple days. Like, don't let it go till next week, because it's just an introduction. I just like to know anything about you. I like to know who the students are. I really, tell you the truth, I'm an old-fashioned, and I vastly prefer teaching in the classroom, but I'm adjusting to this new reality that we have. And so the best way I can get to know you as people is what you tell me. So please post on discussion 1, whatever you want to say. And your interest in the genre, might be helpful as well. I've been teaching, by way of introduction, I've been teaching at OCC for almost 15 years. And I taught at Wayne State University for 6 years before that. I was in the PhD program there. Before that, I worked for 10 years at a steel mill in Detroit, in Dearborn, Rouge Steel. And my grandfather and father were there for 35 years each. So I was a 3rd-generation steel mill worker who got tired of that job and knew I wasn't very good at it, and became an English professor, which is a job that I really love. So I'm glad to be here. I hope you're glad to be here too. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to contact me. Make sure you do a discussion 1. Okay, I'm going to post this video to an announcement on our homepage. Then I'm going to make another video introducing these 2 short stories for this week, and how you can formulate discussion 2, which will be due next Monday. All right, gang. I'll see you soon.